So, what happens when someone who's brand new or relatively new to competitive Pokemon enters a 96-player competitive Pokemon tournament, attempting to win the grand prize, snatching it out of the hands of friends, competitive helpers who run the tournament, and professional players themselves? Well, that's what we're going to find out together, because I am a new competitive Pokemon player who entered the Pokemon Discord community's competitive VGC Draft League. I got put into a pool of really powerful players. There's 12 of us, including myself. But before I look at my more direct opponents, let's explain what this Draft League is. So it uses the VGC format. That is a competitive Pokemon format that is in the double battle style. That means you bring 2 Pokemon and send them out at once. You have a team of 6, but you only bring 4 to each battle. This is the officially sponsored competitive format for the Pokemon Company, and they use it to run tournaments and all sorts of events. However, the Discord community that I'm in is also using it for this Draft League. In a Pokemon Draft League, every Pokemon is placed in tiers based on how powerful they are. So something like Incineroar is obviously going to be in Tier 1, while our friend Snom is going to be in Tier 5. However, in the Draft League, you have to draft Pokemon from each tier. You can't just swamp in a bunch of Tier 1s into your team. You have to get some Tier 5s as well. But anyways, you draft to around 11 to 12, 11 in this instance, Pokemon for your team, and then you choose 6 of them each week based on what your opponent drafted as well. Everyone gets 11 Pokemon. Everyone chooses 6 based on what their opponent has drafted, and then once you go into the battle, you choose 4 to bring. This is a best of 3 style, so if you lose the first set against your weekly opponent, it's not the end of the world, and it's a round robin format. So I'm going to battle every single player in my draft group of 12 people, there are 12 groups of 8, before I get a chance at the playoffs. So I'm a relatively new competitive Pokemon player. I only started playing in Series 5, which started around late 2020, early 2021, I want to say. But I haven't started taking it seriously till this year. I'm not very good, but hopefully my inexperience helps me relate to you, the viewer, more, and we can learn about this together. So, now that I've gotten all that out of the way, let's get into the real meat of this video and look at my opponents. So, here you can see everyone who is in my draft group, Group 7. Here we have me, going by the alias of Crest of Thunders with the team name of the Morbin Mothim, because we gotta show love to our boy Mothim. Now, my 11 Pokemon consist of Gigantamax Colossal, Dragapult, Cobalion, Tangrowth, Comfey, Meowstic, Sandaconda, Galarian Moltres, Primarina, Jolteon, and Stoutland. I won't be reading all of these Pokemon names off for the future since you can see them, but I figured I'd give special treatment to my team. So I've got a lot of synergetic pairs for those of you who don't know too much about competitive Pokemon. Colossal and Dragapult synergize really well together because Dragapult can use Surf to proc Colossal's weakness policy and activate its Steam Engine ability, turning it from a slow, mildly offensive Pokemon to a really fast, really hard-hitting threat. Primarina, who is right here, can also do the same thing for Colossal, and that is not the end of my synergy. You see, Dragapult can also use Beat Up onto Cobalion, increasing its attack thanks to the Justified ability Cobalion has, but I also have the deadly duo of Comfey and Galarian Moltres. Comfey can proc Galarian Moltres' weakness policy and then heal it back up so its Berserker ability can increase its offensive capabilities multiple times. I've also got Tangrowth for redirection, Meowstic for prankster support, Sandaconda for some extra resistances and stab I didn't have, as well as for some other tricks that I don't want to talk about just yet, Jolteon because I like him, and Stoutland for an intimidate option. Now, there are 11 other players in this pool, so I can't just devote all this time to me. So let's look at my round 1 opponent, who I will be battling tonight at the time I'm recording this, Wantanamo, aka the West Coast Whimsicott. Now, I'm still waiting to hear back from them, but hopefully I'll be able to show that battle on this channel when I finish editing that, and after it's happened. So, from Guantanamo, they've got a really good squad, most notably Incineroar, arguably the best Pokemon in this format, Gigantamax Urshifu Rapid Strike form, which is a huge threat against my Colossal, along with Pokemon that pair well like Tapu Koko and Raikou. Crobat has Tailwind, you've got the all-powerful Celesteela. They've got a really solid team, and I've got to watch out for them tonight. Then we've got Arrow, aka the Alaskan Aerodactyls. Arrow has a lot of great Pokemon as well. He has a deadly Regigigas Galarian Weezing combo that can nullify Regigigas' normally hindrance of an ability and allow it to start sweeping. He's also got great Pokemon such as Rillaboom, Riolu, Metagross, and the like. I'll definitely need to be watching out for them. Then we've got Zephyr, who I believe is a relatively new player, sorry if I'm getting that wrong, and they are the Missouri Miniors. They've got a good team as well. They've got a Trick Room option with Porygon and Reuniclus. They've got Gigantamax, Blastoise, and Tapu Lele, both powerful Pokemon, along with things like Landorus Therian, Talonflame, and Obstagoon, and Togetic. All in all, they've got some really great support options as well as some decent offense options, and I'm going to need to prepare carefully for them as well. Next, we've got Killjoy, who's got the creative name of the Rotom Washington Pokemon team. Unfortunately, the real-life Washington team got a mascot, so it kind of kills the mood, but I still think it's funny. Anyways, they've also got an Urshifu Rapid Strike, just not in the Gigantamax form, along with Pokemon like Grimmsnarl, Naganadel, Cresselia. They've also got a powerful squad. Oh, and the Palossand Iselgor duo, which can make Palossand a real tank. They've got a lot of bulky Pokemon, as well as some offensive threats that can really pressure mine, so I'm going to need to prepare really well for Killjoy. Then we've got the Pokédex, who is going by the Superior Serperiors. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that might be their favorite Pokemon. But they've got some really interesting picks here. They've got Gigantamax Duraludon, along with Dracovish, everyone's favorite, Corviknight, Aegislash, Nidoking, and the list goes on and on. I'm not sure what to think of their team, but I'm sure it's going to involve something with Dracovish, because he can hit really hard if he ends up being faster than you. Next, we've got Val, who is a shiny hunter that's just getting into competitive Pokemon. They've got an interesting team of Hatterene, Whimsicott, Rhyperior, on and on and on. They have a lot of Pokemon that can redirect moves with their abilities, so I'll need to watch out for that, like Raichu's Lightning Rod can stop my Jolteon's electric-type attacks. Rhyperior has the same ability. Maractus has Storm Drain to stop my water-type attacks. That's not going to be fun for Primarina, so I'll need to be careful around them. However, Val did lose their round 1 match to Lucky. Lucky is one of the competitive helpers running this entire tournament, and they're incredibly powerful. I fought them in 2 best-of-3s, and I only won 1 match out of the 5 we played against each other. Lucky's got a really strong Sun team with Venusaur, Ninetales, but they've also got Pokemon like Grimmsnarl and Gastrodon. They've got a neat Tauros Frostlass combo, which allows Tauros to max out its attack stat. It was really threatening in the games I saw with Lucky and Val, and hopefully I'll be able to prepare for it well. Next, we've got Sleepy Puppy, who's going by the name Lapras's Cosmic Sea. He, of course, got Lapras, along with a ton of Pokemon that are great in Trick Room, along with one of the best setters for it, Dusclops. I'm going to need to make sure that I can stop that speed control, but all in all, he looks like he's got a great team. Then we've got Zafray, who during the drafting for this tournament was a real menace to Lucky and one other player who we'll see shortly, because he took Torkoal, who was wanted by both of these players. He managed to draft some great support for it later on, or things that paired well with it, such as Venusaur, who can spam Sleep Powder when it becomes really fast in the sun, and Umbreon, who can heal more with his recovery moves when he's in the sun. He also has great versatile offensive threats like Cinderace and maybe Nihilego, Rillaboom's also a huge threat. So, the Royal Thigh Greninjas are a group to watch out for. Sleepy Puppy did well. And now we have got the most threatening player in this draft, in my opinion, Squirrely. Squirrely's going by the Cambridge Camera-Ups, and when I said there were professional players in this tournament, he's who I was referring to. I think he might be going to the Pokemon World Championships this year, and he has competed in over 20 previous draft leagues. Whoever can beat him is going to be a monster. I'll have to watch out for them. He's got an insane team too. His strategy during the draft was to scoop up all the value from the lower tiers, and he did just that. He got Pokemon like Entei and Zapdos and Virizion, who might not be that great in regular VGC, even though Zapdos and Entei really are good, but they put up a huge threat in Draft League. He also managed to scoop up giant threats like Gigantamax Snorlax, who can have great recovery with his abilities, and Belly Drum to max out his attack stat, and amazing support Pokemon in Tapu Fini and Clefairy. Squirrely is definitely a threat. I'm going to have to watch out for him. And finally, we have got the best team name in this entire event, Family Guy Funny Moments, from Green Gator. Gator's kind of like my Pokemon rival, Red and Blue relationship. We fought a lot in the past, so while he's not as threatening as Lucky or Squirrely in terms of skill, there's going to be a lot of pressure riding on our match. And unfortunately for me, he has one of the best teams in this entire draft tournament. He got Charizard and Togekiss, which in the first round, which offers him Sun Shenanigans, Follow Me, Sableye to set Sun as well as just be a nuisance, Suicune and Garchomp, who were really threatening in his first round match, Manectric to redirect electric type attacks, Regirock, who I know from experience is a menace in Gator's hands, Conkeldurr, Bronzong, Serena, and Greedent. He's got a really good Trick Room mode, a really good Tailwind mode with Suicune. I'm going to have to really watch out for him. So that is my entire draft group. Hopefully I'll be able to do well, and hopefully I didn't reveal too much about what I'm thinking of your teams, everybody. But thanks for tuning in, and I will see you guys later.